What's up, crew? Episode 4 of the Copy Breakdown series. Today, we're gonna be analyzing an email from Justin Goff. If you don't know Justin, he's literally one of the best copywriter on planet Earth today. He's known for converting offers on cold traffic, which is like a superpower to have. So let's dive in. Let's start with the subject line. This one decision turned him into a six-figure copywriter, which means how simple it can be to become a six-figure copywriter. And when you read this, and if you're not making six figures, you'll probably be intrigued and want to know what's in it. What's this one decision that could turn you into a six-figure copywriter? So the email starts like this. There is a few key decisions you make in life that determine whether your life is good or shit. As a reader, you would ask, gosh, what are those decisions? Which kind of open a loop in your mind and makes you keep reading until you get the answer. And for example, last year, Michael was a newbie copywriter who was trying to dig himself out of a financial hole. He had just been fired from his customer service job, so money was tight. And to make matters worse, Christmas was right on around the corner. Him and his wife didn't have enough money to get his 2-year-old daughter any presents. This is super powerful because he is using a story to illustrate how rough it can be for someone who's not able to get his career off the ground and is struggling financially. And he continues, he felt like a failure as a man. This sentence is a great example of powerful language, pithy language. Like in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words, the power of those 8 words is like crazy. Let me read this one more time. He felt like a failure as a man. If you're a man reading this, and you can relate to that, there is absolutely zero chance that you do not continue reading. And he goes on, like he couldn't provide for his family, however, he simply couldn't afford it, blah, blah, blah. He didn't have any prospect for generating an income. Pain point number 1. So Michael was desperate to make anything happen. He started applying for any and all jobs that he came across. However, that just led to more disappointment. He couldn't even get hired as a delivery driver for Grubhub. Pain point number 2, and which shows you that this guy was really at rock bottom. Like it couldn't get worse for him. So needless to say, Michael was in a bad spot. It was around that time that he heard of the Copy Accelerator events we put on. Now he starts introducing what the email is about. Copy Accelerator, right? It sounded amazing, but I think I couldn't afford it, he said. This is fantastic because what Justin is doing here is handling the objection of, hey, amazing, I can't afford it. Look at how he does it in a storytelling kind of way, which is, again, amazing and powerful. He didn't want to go into depth to go to the event. However, after a talk with his wife, she encouraged him to come to the event. So he wound up working some odd jobs to scrap together the cash to make it happen. He also did the whole event on a budget. This is the answer basically to anyone who says, hey, I don't find the money, I can't make it, I'm broke, blah, blah, blah. What Justin is doing here is saying, hey, look at Michael. He was resourceful. He, took odd jobs. He saved money and he came to the event. And you know what? He did the whole thing on a budget. He drove instead of flying, stayed in the cheapest hotel possible. It was pretty amazing that he made it that far. Then, pain point number 3. Once he got to the event, Michael felt the imposter syndrome flaring up. And my friends, imposter syndrome is something that everybody at every level struggle with. The only persons who don't struggle with imposter syndrome are imposters, actually. And if you've seen the movie Catch Me If You Can, that's an example of an imposter who doesn't have imposter syndrome, actually. So no matter what level you're at, you will feel imposter syndrome. And that's why Justin, sorry, put this here again, telling a story. So he's not telling you, hey, imagine you have this and you feel imposter syndrome or whatever. He's telling you the story of Michael, and this is why this email is amazing, in my opinion. Then he felt like everyone was ahead of him and he didn't belong in the room. Explaining to you what imposter syndrome is, basically. So he actually tried to sneak out of the room on the first day and leave. True story. Luckily, my partner, Stefan, saw this happening. He talked to Michael in the hall and told him he belonged to the room, and that he needed to be there. And what Justin is saying is basically, look, dude, we are good guys, you're in good company, and we care for you. Stefan is Stefan Georgi, if you're wondering, his partner with Justin. After a little resistance, Michael finally went back to the room, and for the next 2 days, he soaked up all of the copywriting breakdowns, funnel insights, and more. Benefit number one, you will get your copywriting skills to the next level by learning from the breakdowns, funnel insights, etc. Second benefit, he was convinced he could do this. He was already writing some copy on his own, and he figured out he could just land a client or two. This is, in my opinion, the most important thing that happened to this guy, because the psychological and mindset issues are what keeps most people from winning and succeeding. And Justin, like, he knows this. He said, but more importantly, meaning more important than the previous paragraph, which is learning copy and stuff, he was convinced he could do this, which is the whole point of coming to the event, right? Then it goes on. Benefit number 3, one of the people he met at the event wound up bringing Michael on as a full-time copywriter and agreed to pay him a 6-figure salary to write sales pages, emails, and more. So in the span of few months, Michael went from struggling to pay his bills to making over 6 figures a year as a copywriter. This is benefit number 3. Again, all the benefits, they are not made in a direct, promising kind of approach. They are made in a storytelling way, which basically means if it happens for this dude, it can also happen for you, right? Then, which brings me to my main point, and that's about decision. And what he does here is that he circled back to the opening of the email, because if you remember, the first paragraph was about decision making, right? There are few key decisions that you can make in life that determine whether your life is good or shit. So he opened the loop there. As I said, it forces your brain to keep reading until you find the answer, and the answer is here. Scroll down, which brings me to my main point, and that's about decision. So there is a few key decisions you make in your life that will determine everything, and for Michael, this was one of those key decisions. Had he gotten a job at Grubhub, or had he not come to the event last March, who knows where he would be today? I would highly doubt he'd be making 6 figures, and I doubt he'd have the freedom that he has today. What Justin is doing here is basically saying, hey, like, if you're kind of struggling and you don't want to come to the event, look, man, like, there is a high chance that you will not be able to make it on your own. Maybe you would, but it would take you a lot of time and a lot of struggle. So let us help you, basically. So to me, that was a big decision for Michael, blah, blah, blah. You have this decision in front of you as well. If you're on the fence about coming to our Copy Accelerator event next week, I want you to think about how this decision could change your life. This is the big promise of the whole email. This decision of going to the event, the Copy Accelerator event, could change your life. You're going to learn all kinds of copy and funnels tactics. This is kind of the logical justification of the sale after he made all the emotional connection using the Michael story. Now, there is the features, your right offer that scale on call traffic, increase the AOV, boost revenue, etc. If you're a copywriter, we'll also connect you with over 40 business owners who are looking to hire writers at the event. This is the biggest pain point for copywriters, which is, where are the good clients? I'm only getting shitty clients. Where are the good clients? He's saying, hey, they're gonna be at the event. We're going to connect you to these people and it's gonna be amazing, right? Then, and if you have your own offers, we can connect you to 150 plus copywriters. What he's doing here, he's basically segmenting the audience. So if you read this far and you're not a copywriter, maybe you have offers, you're looking to hire copywriters and you don't know where to find them, he's telling you, hey, we have copywriters we're going to connect you to, right? Plus, you'll also get to hang with me, Stefan Georgi, Dan Ferrari, Rich Sheffrin, Josh Snow, Ian Stanley, and a mystery guest from Golden Hippo for 2.5 days. This is arguably one of the most powerful paragraphs in the whole emails because of the names that are here. Stefan Georgi, like, if you don't know Stefan, who else do you know, really? Dan Ferrari, one of the biggest names in the internet marketing space. Rich Sheffrin, the guru of the gurus, like, man, Michael Jordan of internet marketing. Josh Snow, if I'm not mistaken, he's in e-commerce, but I may be mistaken. Ian Stanley also has amazing stuff when it comes to emails and copywriting and stuff. And a mystery guest from Golden Hippo. Again, curiosity and intrigue for 2.5 days. Amazing. Here we state the promise here. You're ready to make a decision that could change your life forever. Some scarcity, because today is the last day to do it. After today, we won't be selling tickets. This is a big decision. And I love what he does here. He put in an image of himself handing this this paper, and he wrote on it, one key decision can change everything. And this is amazing because it establishes this human connection that sometimes is lacking in emails. And it's, I don't know if he split tested this, but I would bet that the email with the image would convert better than one without an image. So that's basically it for today's episode, guys. Let me know what you think and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.